Welcome back to Good Day. Well, the topic of love never goes away, and there's a million different ways that you can talk about it. Here to talk with us today about having a career and being married is Miss Helen Chen. She's a professional matchmaker, and we're glad to have you back on the show this morning.
Hi, hello everybody.
So
Good
go
morning.
ahead and tell us, if a person is wanting to excel in their career, should they get married? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you should continue your life. You cannot just because the career and then you stop for, progressing to own the love and then have your happiness. You don't want to postpone your happiness. You don't want to postpone your love life. You want to continue have a family to support you and then have a better career because of the family. And that was the main thing. I wanted the people really have the family and then continue with their career.
And, I think it's so important for husbands and wives to be able to help their spouse in pursuing their dreams and in uplifting and encouraging them. What are some ways that they can do that?
Well, if you don't have a family, this is the difficult part. That's why have a family give you a very, very nice space because the children and because another spouse support and then making you moving faster and then have a more goal and use more fulfill and satisfaction is really greater when you have a family and then you have this money and it's more goal making more money also.
Okay. Well, how important is communication? Obviously, communication is very important in marriage, but talk about, when the husband and wife, they each have a goal or a dream for their career, and how important is it, to communicate and make sure you're on the same page with things?
You keep going share with each other's cognition. You understand each other have their own way to go in and then you improve together and you share each other's knowledge. This is really incredible. It's like you have each other and then you become 1 + 1, become infinity instead of just you alone and then you don't have anybody to share with you. I think when you have a wife and husband share, this strong love connection making you more creative and making you more purposeful and then you have a more different viewpoint and making life so interesting, and that's what we want because this relationship do help us to grow up in our life.
That's wonderful. Some great words of advice there. Now, you're obviously so passionate about this topic, and you've talked with many different people. What are the biggest things that you would like to share with our viewers this morning about balancing a career and a married?
I wanted the people to don't thinking about it's difficult to do 2 things at a time. You should do many things in one time because you don't want to missing the point of the time because life is all about the time. You need to have this time to helping you to do many things together because after 10 years goes by, nobody asks you like, oh, well, what is these things you do? It's everything all counts. You need to have children, you need to have a career, you need to have a house, and you need to have a marriage. So don't try to thinking about, I only can do one thing at a time. No, you do it together. Just like when we're in the school, we don't study only one subject. We study many subjects. And this is the challenge of our life. And this is what we need to hardship and go through. And then you really have the gain because of you confronted, not because you are so narrow-minded, only do one thing. So love is the base for everything of life. It's like water and air, and you want to have the family, you want to have a relationship, then you build everything on top of it, and that's why it's the beauty of life.
Well, we thank you so much for all of your wisdom that you've shared with us this morning. Again, it's Miss Helen Chen. You can find out more information about her on matchmakerofthecentury.com, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Back on over to you, Chris and Melanie.